understand from our expert on the show today. And we are being joined by Sonam Udasi, Senior Fund Manager of Equities at Tata Mutual Fund. Hi Sonam, very good afternoon and thank you so much for your time. It's been a while we had you with us. And Sonam, firstly, let's talk about the markets then, because no stopping for the Indian markets. And there's a lot of FOMO feeling right now, because it's not just the benchmark or the large cap names that are doing well, but even the small and the mid cap end of the market is doing fantastically well. So Sonam, what's your sense on the market movement in the times ahead, and how are you spotting the opportunities in the broader end of the market?
So thank you for having me. See, the markets, you are right to say that, there has been across the board sort of movement. Uh, Valuations are not cheap. I would not say they're cheap, but the good thing is it's been a well-rounded earnings momentum across the board, whether you talk about domestic consumption or industrial cyclicals. So what we are looking at is where is the earning visibility? There is a re-rating that has been done. Uh, Wherever the earning visibility is stronger, that's where we want to be overweight from a portfolio perspective. Um, the good thing is both the large, mid, and small, all three of them are offering bottom-up opportunities. But again, led by what is the valuation and what is the earnings visibility. The pockets that seem cheaper today are, large private sector banks, maybe some bit of IT, and also the expectation that, consumption may get a leg up post the budget. I think those are the three tactical sort of, sectors that we are looking at currently.
Sharing that take and the sectors that you are looking at tactically right now. But Sonam, one such opportunity that a lot of investors are interested is in the new age technology, be it electric vehicles. There are some of the IT companies as well with big plans in the AI, as well as data centers as a theme is also emerging. So Sonam, just give us your sense that how are you looking at these themes to play in the Indian markets, and how do you find the opportunities, whether to spot or look out for some companies that are domestically well placed and can benefit, or maybe some MNC plays which are a part of the whole ecosystem already and they can do their bit in the times ahead?
So I think it's a mix of everything. So there are MNCs who are doing some work in India and they're tying up with, they're outsourcing a bit. So on the EV side, there are the domestic OEMs that have done well. They have a strategy. We are focused on them. There are the battery makers which have a new opportunity for growth over the next 3-5 years. Also, we are looking at what kind of JVs, some of the EV players can bring to the table. On the data center renewable side, I think there is a lot of opportunity there. Uh, we think that there are, decent tailwinds for growth in this segments, and we are evaluating everything from, coolants to actual data centers and also the software behind it, the cloud behind it. So these are the kind of segments that we are looking at, and I think each one of it will have a longer term, higher growth trajectory than if the index particularly.
Right, that's the thought coming in on all these the companies that are working maybe on the future technologies. But Sonam, what I can see is that IT in your portfolio for the large cap is holding around 9%, as well as in the mid cap growth fund. I don't see that any of the sectors, the top allocation is done to the IT. But in the large cap space, Sonam, do you believe that it's the large cap versus the mid cap versus the small cap IT companies? How do you go ahead pegging all of these, and as well as with the upcoming IT earnings, what's your expectation this time around? After a long while, can we finally see IT doing well and getting back the investors' interest?
So I think it is again bottom up. Some of it large cap is more tactical. Uh, See, we think that the demand trends are still, we are not out of the woods yet from a demand trends perspective. Uh, However, after the commentaries of these quarters, we'll probably understand more whether the bottom has been made. I think the market is looking from the point of view of that maybe the bottom has been made and things will incrementally improve. So if the commentary is not to that extent, I think you will have a little bit more. So our personal opinion is that we will get some time to increase our exposure to the sector. Meanwhile, we are looking at bottom-up ideas, which are, we I understand that even if IT was to sort of come back out of the woods, the re-rating is again 15-20% kind of number. From a mid-cap portfolio, we want a little faster growth, and then we are looking at different names within the what we call digital economy, etc. So I think that's where we are. I to fair to say that IT will, it's coming out, but I think there is still time for us to do something here.
To do something here, but it is indeed coming out. But Sonam, one of the sectors that is also seen to be coming out is the metal pack, though it's quite cyclical in nature. But what's your thought on the metal pack, the kind of movement that all these companies have shown, though they have their individual triggers to move in this particular market? But at this point, you believe that metals as a rally, investors can go ahead and have confidence on?
So I think the good thing is that the domestic metal sector, the leverage is lesser now. There is fairly good demand momentum because of the government's capex program. Most commodities have a decent domestic market. Uh, I think the commodity prices are a dampener because it's not because of China and other factors. There is a fair bit of pricing pressure. Uh, so it'll be, in our opinion, it'll be slow and steady rather than the re-rating that you saw. I think that fast re-rating is now a thing of the past, and it'll be more performance and bottom-up driven. Structurally, it looks good, but it'll be slow and steady.
Question, Sonam. Power as a theme is also doing pretty well, though we keep hearing the news that there is indeed a power shortage and all these companies are also working on the renewable side. But Sonam, how should one play the power theme right now? Share your thoughts on that. Why I'm asking is all these companies have already done their bit in terms of the stock run up, but in terms of the valuation and the earnings projection, where do you see the opportunity still lies? Be it power financiers, the companies that are into supplying the power, or maybe power ancillary companies. What's your thought on this, Sonam?
So, first things first, on the sector, I think power, you're right to say that there is a power deficit in the country. Uh, as more, you have electrified the nation, and as electrification has gone deeper, uh,
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.